Welcome back aboard BLERD Force 1 with your boys Mo and Ladi, and today we are reviewing Kite Man Hell Yeah, the spin-off to Harley Quinn. And we're reviewing the first two episodes, which are Pilot Hell Yeah and Grand Reopening Hell Yeah. So, what did we think about them, and should you be watching? And before we get into this review, get down there, hit like on this video. Ladi, your favorite D-list villain is back, and he's got his sights set on running the coolest villain bar in the world, Noonan's. But not if Lex Luthor has something to say about it. And also, he and his girl, what's her name, Golden Glider, they are definitely trying to be the hot couple and everything with their new bar. So the first two episodes are really kind of setting the stage for this season. Like I said, spinoff of Harley Quinn, which is a show we really, really love. But did this measure up? Was this a good spinoff? And is it something that people should be paying attention to? Ladi, you watched the first two episodes, my friend. What did you think about them?
I'll definitely give this show a look. If you liked Harley Quinn, I think you'll like this show. I feel like because Harley Quinn got a little bit too crazy with what they were handling. I feel like they're going to handle more of the villain stuff and the villain humor with Kite Man, and finally bring back the main thing that made Harley Quinn funny was the original cast. Well, not the entire original cast, but bringing back majority of the original cast back to Harley Quinn, so they can focus on that part of the humor instead of just the entire humor of with Lex and everybody. So
what you're really saying is they brought back Brain.
Yeah.
and he is a central part of this show. And much like in Harley Quinn, the show's 120% better when Bane is on screen. It doesn't matter what's happening. So
yes.
Absolutely. But you're right. Yeah, Lex Luthor is in there. Legion of Doom. And these are just, Kite Man represents the jobbers, the henchmen, all that other stuff. And he's still kind of an idiot, but he's an idiot with a can-do attitude and a really psychotic girlfriend. So has anything really changed for him?
No.
Not really. So I'm going to say I liked the first two episodes. I didn't love them. I liked them.
Yeah.
I think some of the humor didn't land quite right, but there is a lot of Harley Quinn DNA in this. And so the, blood and guts are flying comedically throughout them. Like in the first episode, Kite Man, he basically gets together a squad so that they can, storm a compound that's highly fortified. And even in the midst of all that, they have time to make jokes about one of the guys that hangs out at Noonan's is actually just a kindergarten teacher, and he has a short parent-teacher conference with one of the guards before the guard gets killed. So it's stuff little fun stuff like that is interesting. And actually, that guy made me think of in Deadpool 2, how one of the people on X-Force was just a guy that just answered the ad. He has no powers or anything, right? And he was just a fun. It was something like that. I do think though that some of the jokes don't land well, or are not very strong. But the show sort of makes up for it by throwing a lot of weird, characters, an assortment of people. Some that are cannon fodder that we're never going to see again, and some who are running jokes, the gangsters that has two heads, right? That's kind of a running joke. And in the second episode, they introduce a new character, Malice, and she is she's hot it girl with the British accent, and she's just too cool to be there, but she needs a job so that her godfather will take her seriously. But also she happens to have this demonic, cat that gets huge, and it just wrecks shop and causes mayhem and stuff like that. good. I mean, it's
Got
good times
freaking
there.
Eldritch horror as a pet.
And but also we have a new Lex Luthor in the sense that Giancarlo Esposito is not doing the voice, and instead we have Lance Reddick in, like, I'm assuming his last role before he passed away last year, playing the voice of Lex Luthor in this, and he ain't playing no games this time either, man. So like, there's some shit afoot. I mean, I guess we could talk spoilers about it at this point, but you guys should, I say, check this out if you like Harley Quinn, or if you just like the kind of crass humor that is like Harley Quinn, or even The Boys. This is quite good, but it's in that respect, but it's not as serious, and we haven't had enough time to really find out what this is really about. Besides, hey, Kite Man's kind of a dude, bro, but he's got a good heart, and his girlfriend's a psycho and will cut you. So, and they've got a good little, gang around them at Noonan's that are going to be getting up the hijinks. So I'm interested to keep looking at it. But the big one for me, Ladi, is that Lex found the anti-life equation. I guess it must have just been like, on the side of the street, somebody threw it out and he just went and picked it up and was like, hey, this is a thing that's here. We should keep it from the Justice League. But more importantly, Ladi, who do they need to keep it from?
Oh, what's his name? The big man himself, Darkseid, who somehow, some way, I guess, was walking right on top of it, because I guess the anti-life equation's in that damn bar.
Yeah, because Lex is like, these idiots don't even know what they're looking at. So the perfect place to put it is like where no one would ever fucking look for it. So the anti-life equation, the most dangerous thing in the universe, it's just underneath some hot pockets, in Noonan's bar. I love that Darkseid just showed up and he was like, I want a non-alcoholic thing. And they just had, they gave him a drink because he's Malice's goddaughter. So she's from Apocalypse. It's what is happening in this show. Wow. Like
he said, this reminds me of my favorite golfer, Arnold Palmer. Then he just named some golfer.
Lee Trevino. He's like, Lee Trevino's for all my friends. That was a good joke. But Darkseid played by Keith David. So Keith David, you'll recognize his voice, but it's cool to hear. There's the black representation on this voice acting cast is pretty stellar. They got, we had Lance Reddick, we got Keith David. Janelle James plays the witch. Now she's just a head that's in a jar. But she's got a body now. You saw she got a body, right? She's a black woman's head on a white woman's body. So,
oh my, that sounds like a Dave Chappelle joke.
It's good. I mean, those are good gags. So, I have high hopes for the rest of this season. I really want them to kind of. Well, I guess my thing is, Harley Quinn did a lot of the same things, maybe with some somewhat stronger jokes. But the real point is, like, I want to know what this show is actually about, right? I want to know what the heart and the DNA what it is, and what they're aiming to do with the characters. Because right now, it's cool. Like, this is fun and funny, but this is like Deadpool without as much heart. Is that a fair call?
Yeah, I mean, I like the little parts of like. Every time he gets down, Kite Man, he goes like, man, maybe that's right. Maybe I am a failure. It's funny that his dad is one of the richest men in all of DC. It's just like,
He's a huge,
I mean, it makes sense. How does Kite Man end up getting, you kind of do have to ask those questions, because, people are getting more and more intelligent when it comes to comic books. People are more asking the question why. How does he get this freaking state-of-the-art suit if he's like a bad villain?
Not successful.
How does it always keep getting repaired?
Yep. Well, Daddy's got the cash, so yeah, Daddy sucks too, but
yeah.
We'll see. The Legion Doom's got some shit going on, but how are this group of losers, these henchmen, how are they going to stick it to them? We're going to see. We're going to keep an eye on it. But you guys should check it out. So, but what did you think about these two episodes? What do you think about what we had to say? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there. And of course, you can always hit us up. supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com, blerd_force1 on Threads and on Instagram, and super_not_funnyshow on TikTok. And while you're doing that, do us a favor, get down there, hit like on this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell. All that good stuff helps to grow this channel, helps more people to see these reviews and all of the other content we put out. All right, thanks for joining us. Come back next week. We will talk about episode 3 of Kite Man, Hell Yeah. Until then, I've been Mo, your comment extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend Ladi. And we'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.
Peace.